Hi friends, welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Bria. If you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back and watching my content. I definitely appreciate it. If you know anything about me at all, you know I love to travel. It's one of my favorite things to do ever. And one thing that I feel like I picked up a lot on are the things that I cannot travel without that make traveling easier. I've traveled in a lot of different situations and a lot of different seats and a lot of different classes, and there are some things that are just essential no matter what, whether you're sitting in economy, whether you're sitting in premium economy, whether you're sitting in Delta One, it does not matter. There are some things that you just need when you're traveling. So I'm just run through a couple things that you need to add to your shopping list as far as things to travel with to make your traveling more comfortable, more entertaining, just a better flight experience, because nobody likes being on the plane for hours and hours and hours, but there are things that we can do to just make the experience a little bit better. So let's talk about it. These are all things that I've used, all things that I swear by personally and I can vouch for. So if you don't like them, then we just have different tastes, but like these are things that I swear by. Okay, so number one, you need a stable suitcase, a very stable suitcase. I use the Monos Check-in Large and I have it in cream, and then I use the Away carry-on in that original dark forest green. I don't like that new green that they have. I don't like it at all, but that original dark forest green, I use that for my Away carry-on. I also use a Dagny Dover duffel type thing to bring onto the plane as a carry-on in some situations as well. All the suitcases I just named are very durable. They have a lot of space. Some of them have chargers in the actual luggage as well. The one thing that I would recommend is my Monos, like I mentioned, is in cream. Buy a suitcase cover. Buy a suitcase cover, because the girlies working at the airport, they do not care about your suitcase. They don't care how much it costs you. They don't care if it's white, cream, gray, black, or brown. They do not care. They will put it through the ringer. I used my Monos check-in for the first time in December when I went to Portugal. And when I took it off that baggage claim, I almost burst into tears. I could not believe it looked as crazy as it looked. So take that as your sign to just buy a little suitcase cover. It will save you a lot of stress and anguish when your suitcase inevitably gets dirty. Next thing are packing cubes. Now I get these off of Amazon, and I honestly cannot even remember how I was packing before I started using packing cubes. You can get so much more clothes in these little packing cubes. You just roll them up or fold them, and you can like stuff them in there, and it just like consolidates everything into this little cube. It just makes things more organized, and you can fit more clothes into the packing cube versus putting the clothes directly into the suitcase, because you're kind of like compressing the clothes. I get mine off of Amazon. I have a couple in cream as well as a couple in gray as well, and I swear by my packing cubes. Definitely something that you need to add to your packing essentials. Also on the packing essential side of things, I always travel with one of these. So this is a luggage scale. I think this is very useful for when you're checking a bag specifically. But what you do is you just take this little thing, you wrap the suitcase handle in here, and then you flip it over, and then it weighs how much weight is on the suitcase when you lift it up. The one thing I like about this one specifically, I got it off of Amazon, is that you can change the units that the weight is being reflected in. So in America, you're looking at pounds for most of the weights, but when you go to Europe, they're using kilograms. So like that's something that you can do the conversion automatically instead of having to like figure out, okay, is this how many pounds? We don't need to be doing calculations and equations. We're going on vacation. So this is something that I swear by. It just makes things a lot easier, and it avoids you going to the counter and having to undo your whole suitcase at the counter, holding everybody up because you didn't realize that your suitcase was 55 pounds. And now you have to move some things into your backpack or your carry-on because you don't have any weight. So get one of these. Finally, I always recommend, especially for international flights, packing a mini toiletry bag. For any flights over like 6 hours, I always recommend a little toiletry bag, because you know you're gonna want to like brush your teeth or you know put lotion on, like your hands might get dry. Just a mini toiletry bag, you know, toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, lotion. There's also like a dissolvable towel. I'm gonna try to figure out if I can find the link to them, but my mom gifted me a bunch of them. But they come in little circles like this, and you put water on them and the towel expands, and they're really small in your bag, and then they expand into like a full towel that you can use to like wash your face or anything like that. So like a mini face wash or something like that, just to kind of refresh during the flight, especially if it's one of those longer flights that you've been on for like 10-12 hours, sometimes like 15-16 hours. You're gonna kind of want to refresh during the flight. So I feel like anything over 6 hours, if you want to like brush your teeth, if you like, especially after you eat the airplane food and all that type of stuff, go brush your teeth, like wash your face, have a little amenity bag on deck. And it also comes in handy if they lose your suitcase. You're not completely out of luck because you have at least some toiletries in your carry-on. Next is entertainment. One thing about me, I do not play about entertainment on the plane. This baby goes with me everywhere. Okay, this is my iPad. I use it every single time I travel, no questions asked. Like the movies and TV shows on the airplanes, they don't be hitting sometimes. So I always like to have a couple of backup options, and I do that on my iPad. I actually got this from Colombia because they were handing out iPads, and at the end of our time we got to like keep them. But my biggest tips for your iPad are to download your shows. So I will literally, before any international trip, I will go on Netflix, I'll go on HBO Max, I'll go on Paramount, I'll go on literally every streaming service I have and just download a bunch of stuff. Also, if you use any type of like Libby or Kindle or anything like that, download your books ahead of time so that you're not dependent on the Wi-Fi. I sometimes get Wi-Fi on international flights just because I like to like be connected, especially if I'm awake and I can't. It's not working, sorry. And so then you're just out of luck. So make sure that you download your stuff ahead of time because you do not want to be in the air for 16 hours bored with nothing to do. Oh my goodness, please do not do that. Like, don't do that. But like the same thing goes for music. Download your music ahead of time. Like, do not be up in the air with nothing to listen to. In the same vein, I only really travel with these headphones, and this is because I feel like the quiet mode is the quietest mode that I've experienced with over-the-ear headphones. I have a couple of other brands, and I feel like this quiet mode, it actually blocks out the sounds of the airplane, and I don't like hearing the airplane make sounds, even though they're normal sounds. I don't like it. So sometimes I'll even put these on and nothing will be playing, and I just like the quiet mode so I can just dull the noise of the airplane. One other thing that I definitely recommend, and I know it's just kind of like, okay, are you a dinosaur? Yes, because I always travel with wired headphones and a converter just in case too. You literally never know like what your situation might be. If your headphones die, what happens then? You need to have a backup plan. So I always like to travel with either wired headphones that already have the jack you need or a converter just in case. And then in that same vein, do not forget your charger on the plane. Bring your normal like plug-in charger, but also bring a charger that has a USB at the end of it. I know a lot of the chargers don't have USBs at the end of it. They have like the USB-Cs. Find a charger with a USB because a lot of these airlines, they either have plug-in outlets or they'll have a USB that goes directly under the screen that you can plug the USB into and then plug your phone into. And if you're only using your phone charger that has USB-C and they don't have an outlet, you're out of luck. So just make sure that you bring a USB charger as well. In addition to all of that, you should still bring a portable battery. 100%. I swear by my portable battery, and it's actually charging over there because I was gone yesterday and I used all the juice, but I'm gonna link it and I'm gonna put it here. It is the best portable battery. There are like 4 different inputs that you can use, and it is very like clean, very chic. I love my portable charger and I cannot recommend it enough. You do not want to be on the plane with dead devices. Oh my goodness, you do not want to be on the plane bored, especially for these long haul flights. So bring a portable charger, bring all your cords. It's gonna feel like you have a lot of stuff. That's fine. You don't want to be bored on the plane, so just make sure you come prepared. Okay, now let's talk about how to make things a little bit more comfortable on the plane. So I usually fly economy when I'm flying internationally. I've flown premium economy twice, once when I went to Bali, once when I went to Dubai, and then I flew Delta One once. That's the one with the layback seats. Other than that, I'm usually in economy when I'm in these international flights, and there are just some things that we can do to just make the flight a little bit more comfortable. I travel with a neck pillow always. I always book a window seat because I'm someone who does not need to get up during the flight at all, and I do not want people waking me up to go to the bathroom. No. So I book a window seat. I have my neck pillow. The trick is that you actually turn your neck pillow so that the part that doesn't connect is actually facing your shoulder, so that you can go like this a little bit more sturdily. I also travel with a blanket. Now, some international flights will provide pillows and blankets. However, I just like to travel with mine. It's usually a little, more comfortable, more fleece than the ones that they provide. Second thing that I always recommend, travel with some melatonin. This is the brand that I use. This is the Carlisle Melatonin 12 milligram. This is a big boy, okay? This will take you out. I usually will only take a half or even a quarter when I'm on flights if I'm trying to readjust my sleep schedule. So for example, if I'm landing in Portugal at 8 a.m., that means I need to be falling asleep on the flight. And so, in the States, it might be too early to go to sleep. So I'll take this melatonin to really just knock out and be able to sleep and help already start resetting myself for the flight. I always have this. I don't really wear them as much anymore, but I just love the way that it feels so plush on my eyes. But I'll just put this on if I'm trying to go to sleep, and I always recommend traveling with it because I would hate for you to be next to someone who doesn't know plane manners and keeps their book light on the whole time. So you just need these to be able to block out any sunlight, any type of light. It really truly is a game changer. Earplugs. Now, as you can see, I've collected these throughout the years from all the flights that I've taken, and I didn't use my earplugs last time on Emirates, so I'm gonna just add them to my travel kit for this time. But crying babies, yelling, lots of people talking loud, you need some earplugs in your bag, especially if you don't have noise canceling headphones. Sometimes I'll literally put the earplugs in and the noise canceling headphones above them so I don't hear nothing, okay? I think that it is definitely just useful to add to your bag because you never know when you would need to block some noise out. You don't want to be unprepared. And then finally, for especially long flights, use compression socks. I have been using the same 2 or 3 pairs of compression socks for years now, so I can't remember exactly what brand they are. What you essentially are using those for is because your feet, when you're sitting down for too long, the blood just kind of rushes to your feet and you can get off the plane and your feet are really swollen, and then you have big feet for the rest of your trip. So using compression socks will kind of help to circulate that blood a little bit more, and will really just help to keep the blood flowing and avoid your feet swelling up when you get off the flight. The last group of things I want to talk about is things that you need to travel with for your safety. I know that masks are, for some reason, a bit of a political statement right now. I don't care. I don't care. It is late 2024. I still travel with masks. And every time I get on a plane, I'm reminded why I will never be bullied into not traveling with masks. I flew economy from Dubai to LA. The guy behind me the entire time, coughing into the air, not covering his mouth, not apologizing, nothing, just coughing into the air. I was disgusted. And I actually looked back at him a couple of times and was literally gave him a little look then he'd be oh, but then he would do it again. And I put my mask on and he kind of cut his eyes at me a little bit okay, you're being dramatic. No, I'm not, because why? I was right to 2 days after I landed, I had a respiratory infection and I was sick. I was so irritated, so annoyed. Imagine if that guy was sitting behind me on my way to Dubai, and now I'm sick the whole time in Dubai because I didn't have a mask on me and there was someone sick around me. It's just always smart to have them in your bag because you never know who they're gonna place around you that could get you sick. I recommend you always travel with a little mini pack of disinfecting wipes, whether they're Clorox wipes or Lysol wipes, it don't really matter. But I always wipe down my tray tables, I wipe down my seats, the little armrest, I wipe down the side of the plane because I rest my head on it and I don't want the germs of whatever on that. I wipe down the window holder thing. You can call me a germaphobe. A lot of people have before. I don't care. I don't care. Think of all the germs on those planes. You think they're actually cleaning those planes in the best way possible? No, they're not. So you have to be able to do it yourself, and people are going to look at you a little crazy. Doesn't matter. I don't care. Last but not least, bring hand sanitizer. Now, especially if your plane is serving food, You don't want to eat your food with dirty hands. Think of all the things that you touch in the airport. You're touching your suitcase, you're touching your tickets, you're touching those dirty TSA buckets. Like, you're touching a bunch of different things. If you don't wash your hands before you eat, you should be doing that. But like, at the very least, have some hand sanitizer on you, because think of all the things you touch in the airport. Do you want that touching your food? I don't think so. So those are my tips for international travel essentials. If there's anything I forgot, let me know. There's a couple of things that like I've seen people get and do that I personally haven't tried. Like, for example, that like tray table cover, or that thing that you like put at the bottom of the seat and you can like swing your feet in it, so that way your feet are elevated, or the like over the seat caddy for like your books and your iPad and all those types of things. I haven't tried this for myself, so I cannot recommend them, but these are the things that I have tried. If there's anything that you think I should try, you just let me know, because I'm always down for making traveling a little bit more comfortable. But if you've gotten to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for caring. I will see you guys next time. Bye.